I would like to take a little bit of time to expand our sense of truth a little more, not knowing where you're at. There's always a confusion about truth. What is it? Is it absolute? Is it relative? And this fight continues. So right now, I want to pause a little bit and show you something else. I want you to take that word truth as if it was a category, like fruits or vegetables or trucks. It's a category. That means it has specific other things underneath it, right? So in front of you, I want to illustrate or present to you a series of truths. These truths are truth that can be defined and explained, and and you can give examples for them. And at the same time, they're not the general meaning of truth. When we say, well, what is truth is something else. What's the category? What's the category? Remember tomato? What is a tomato? Is it a fruit or is it a vegetable? And there's a little debate about which is which, because it's not so obvious because of how we use this particular item and how the scientists classify it. Same thing here. Knowledge is a type of truth that comes with the concept of certainty. You say it's true, it's definitely true. When you say, I know it, you're guaranteeing the listener that you've confirmed it with certainty. Facts is a type of truth that deals with sense experience. It's a fact because it's been validated by direct sense experience. An opinion is a type of truth that comes from your inner world, your mind, or wherever truth comes from, right? But it has no evidence for it. You don't know the evidence for it, and you don't need the evidence. When you say it's my opinion, is this true for me? I would say it's one of the most difficult of truths for me to deal with at times. Beliefs. A belief is a type of truth that indicates that something is likely or probably true. Like, I believe it's going to rain. That means it's likely to be true. If I say I know it's going to rain, that is not a possibility because no one can know it's going to rain. Conclusions. Conclusions are the last statement, the last idea in an argument. It is saying that this particular item is true. It's an inference. It's something that's implied to be true. A theory is like a conclusion, except for when you say call it a theory, it has explanatory power. There's a theory of evolution. You can have a theory on the meaning of life. Theories in mathematics. A theory generally means it is a conclusion of many arguments, but the most important part about it, it has a lot of explanatory power. In philosophy, we use this concept a lot. We have a lot of theories on lots of different things. Perception is the type of truth that talks about things you know to be true that goes beyond the facts. Like you're familiar with someone and you know that that person is now angry. You can, in fact, know they're angry. Someone who doesn't know that person will not know, but you can perceive, you can understand that they're angry because you know them, and that's their behavior, their gesture, their look, all tell you that this person is angry. Perceptions. Intuition are types of truth that are from within. When you know you like a particular movie, or you know you like a particular theory, or you know you like a particular person, those are intuitive truths. They are definite and they are real, but only that individual has access to them. It doesn't make them less true. All of these are examples of truths that I can define. All these examples of truths I can illustrate with precision, but none of them is the truth in general. The truth itself is a category. It's a category. Some other concepts that you may be less familiar with, okay, which but are the heart of philosophy, and going to be part of a good intro to philosophy course. Necessary truth. The closest we get to calling a truth absolute is definitely true. It's necessarily true. Contingent truth. A truth that is based on experience, like the facts we talk about, is contingent, is dependent on something else. Synthetic truth. A truth of the whole or composition, Like, for example, when I see a Mercedes is a synthetic truth. Mercedes vehicle is a synthetic truth. A Cadillac is a synthetic truth because both vehicles have wheels, engine, steering wheels, seats. They have the same thing, but they have different names. That name is a synthetic truth. It's seeing the big picture. Empirical truths are the facts, like the empirical truths that the cars have wheels, they have engines. Those are, again, based on experience. Big words, concepts that we use in philosophy as things get more and more complicated. A priori truth. A good example of that, never forget, is looking at things historically. True history should be a priori true. A lot of it is not, but that's the way it's supposed to be. It's when you seem backwards in time, okay? Just true a priori. You walk in the room and Tom is in the room before you got there. You know necessarily, okay? You know necessarily he entered the room before you. That's an a priori truth. A posteriori truth. You know Tom is going to leave the room soon because the meeting's going to be over soon. But your thought about the future, what's going to happen in an hour from now, is not posteriori truth. We have these ideas in our mind about historical events. We have these ideas about the future. They are types of truths. They have different names, a priori truth or a posteriori truths. Innate truth. In your mind, you'll have all kinds of ideas. Some of the ideas deal with you. You know you don't like ice cream, okay? That's an innate truth. Unless you share that with someone else, no one's going to know it. Innate means born with. Analytical truth. Things that are true by definitions. Triangles have three sides. You take the statement, triangles have three sides. That statement is necessarily true. It's true by the meaning of the words. Or basic mathematics. 9 times 9 is 81. That is true analytically by the meaning of the concepts alone. I don't need to look at the world. All of these are, again, another set of truths that you will be seeing in your study of philosophy. And also, you should be seeing them when you're actually studying rigorous science as well. In philosophy, when you're doing philosophy, all truths are important. We don't leave any truth out. Science will limit itself. Math has to limit itself. Philosophy has no limits. We take all the truths that science have and we philosophize on them. We take all the truths math has, we satisfy on them. We take all the truth in religion and we philosophize on religion. Whatever the domain is, we will philosophize on it. We have no limits. What we are expert on is identifying that truth, looking at the series of evidence, looking at the strength and the weakness. It was an eyewitness, the kind of state of the eyewitness. We're looking at a fact, or you were looking at a social media video, which itself may seem like a factual experience for you, but it itself may be a conjecture by someone else, okay? So in philosophy, we have no boundaries on truth. What we do, we are masters of logic and truth. So we study truth and we validate and we define it. That's why we do not fear truth, all right? You say you've seen a ghost. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna start asking if I'm interested. Okay, what makes you say that word and what do you mean by ghost? Is that something your best friend told you or something you experienced? What did you experience? And things like that. You have a calm conversation with the person, forcing that person to go deeper and deeper into their truths.